What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Welcome back. Another episode or live, whatever you want to call it, of HKB and a special edition. Tonight, we're releasing the 2022 SIYAK schedule. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Let me know if you can hear me and see me all right. You guys know how this works. If you're joining us for the first time, let us know where you're watching from. Love getting new viewers in here, new people connected with the sport, connected with new clubs and groups and anglers in the sport. What's going on, everyone? If I'm popping this up, you see that where it says Facebook user there. That's because you have not given StreamYard, which is the software we use, permission to see your account. Those of you that have, I can see your name. So Andrew, what's going on, buddy? So what you can do is in the post, you can actually, in the post for this live, you can go in, follow the steps to give it access, or just put your name in front of your comment. And we can see who you are. Now, of course, people viewing this will be able to see it in the comments on Facebook Live. But for me specifically, I need you to give that permission so I can see it. It's loud and clear. Love it. Thanks, everyone. What's going on? Justin, good to have you on here. Ryan, Andrew, Kurt, thank you guys for being a part of this. We're gonna kind of let this build up a little bit, get things started, and then we're gonna drop this awesome 2022 SIYAK schedule. You know, I put a little teaser out there earlier, and I said this might be the best SIYAK schedule yet. I've seen it, obviously, you know, in preparation for this show. I got a little sneak peek, and it's pretty good, guys. It's pretty good. SIYAK's all about bringing the fun, bringing those different elements of tournaments from month-longs to weekends, nocturnals, and the on-site stuff, and all of that again this year. And we're going to talk about that here in just a minute. But that's what I love about the SIYAK group. They're doing things a little bit differently than just your standard series. So we'll talk about all that. Appreciate you guys being on here. The champ is here. There's several champs in the state of Indiana. I don't know which champ we talking about, but we'll see. We'll see. Could it be the state champ? Could it be the SIYAK champ? Could it be a grubby champ? I don't know. Put your name in front of the comment or give StreamYard or your permission to see your profile. Tonight, guys, I've got two awesome guests, Kevin Biggs and Chris Norman. So we'll be bringing them on here in just a second. Hope you all had an awesome Thanksgiving with your family and your friends. I do want to say big thank you to you all once again who were at the Turkey Bowl, or those of you that supported the Turkey Bowl in any way. That was a huge success once again this year. I'm proud to tell you all that we created over 9 large, and I'm talking large packages. These packages were boxes stacked, taller than waist height on me, full of food that went out to families across central Indiana. And then we still had some left over to donate to a local food pantry, which is awesome. So I appreciate you guys all so much for that. We're already making preparations for next year, and that's going to be awesome. So thank you so much for that. We'll have a couple other announcements about HKB on the backside of this and some other stuff. But tonight is all about SIYAK. So let's get to tonight's guest, and let's get to dropping the schedule for you all. I'm going to bring in Kevin Biggs and Chris Norman right now. Here we go. What's going on, guys?
Hey, Sam.
What's up, man?
Thanks for being here. And thanks for helping me bring this schedule to the masses. It should be fun.
It's going to be awesome. I can't wait for this season.
Yeah, I mean, you guys always, I think, do a really good job of the schedule and trying to spread that out as much as you can across Indiana. I thought you guys did an excellent job last year. I'm really excited about this year from not only a location standpoint, but a time of year. I think you guys hit the nail on the head. For those of you watching, a lot of times in the past, we've had Matt on here for SIYAK stuff, but Kevin Biggs is taking over tournament director duties for 2022. And Chris Norman is the newest admin added to the admin group for SIYAK. So some fresh blood there. Appreciate you guys being on here and appreciate you guys taking on the duties that you have there as admins and tournament directors. That's not an easy gig. I've said often I run one tournament a year and then the state championship, and that's enough work for me. So I do not envy your guys' roles.
It's something we love to do here.
I know you guys do. I know you do. So what? Pure whitetail shirt. Justin giving you some love there, Chris, for the shirt.
That's it, man.
So
absolutely.
You been in the woods, Chris?
I have on and off as much as I can be, really, but
yeah,
just no such luck just yet this year.
Nothing on the ground yet, huh?
No, haven't put anything in the freezer. Had a little basket 8 walk past me a couple weeks ago, but I let him walk. He was a little small for my liking, I guess you could say.
I'm hearing a lot of that this year from my friends and other people that I follow that hunt.
Man,
not a lot of.
I've seen some big ones hit the ground though. There's some guys that's taking some monsters out of Indiana this year too. So
yeah, hey, it's kind of like fishing. You have a bunch of guys that don't do anything, and a couple guys who.
I'm normally on that group that don't do much, but
same here. I'm good at some things.
We'll see for 22.
So woods or water, it doesn't matter. You're saying
as long as I'm outside, I'm good.
All right, cool. Well, Kevin, you do any? You get in the woods, do any hunting?
Not really. I like shooting paper targets, clay pigeons every now and then, but that's about it.
Fair enough. Nothing wrong with that. Well, these guys didn't join this little live here to talk about hunting. They want to know what's happening with 2022. So what do you say, guys? Should we get right into it?
Oh, absolutely. Drop it on them.
All right. Let me share my screen with you folks so that you can see this, and we're going to walk through it one by one for you. Let me see here. Should have had this done already. There we go. Okay. You guys can see it. Yep. We're going to walk through it. And we're going to start. First tournament of the year is an on-site event. Again, remember, guys, SIYAK's all about having a variety of tournament options for anglers, from on-site single-day events to multi-day events, month-longs, and all kinds of fun stuff in between. So our first event, though, we're heading to, let's see here, if I can get all this right. I needed somebody in the back. There we go. April 16th, heading to Glendale Lake and the Glendale Fish and Wildlife Area, Montgomery, Indiana. Whose choice was this, Kevin? You picked this one?
It was a group decision.
Okay.
Yeah, it was pretty much a group thing. I think it's going to throw a twist in there that everybody's actually going to enjoy. It's a cool little lake. If anybody's ever fished it before, you've got just a mixture of habitat, and it can be tough or you can be on them. So hopefully that April timeline puts us in a good spot.
Yeah, I like it. I have not fished this lake. To be honest, I've heard a little bit about it, but I've not fished it. Merlin's saying, where is it? It's in Montgomery, Indiana, which is basically south central. I think
it's Dogwood Lake. I think
Dogwood. You're right.
Yeah, Dogwood Lake.
Dogwood Lake. Is that the actual name of the lake?
That's the actual name of the lake.
Okay. Fair enough. So Dogwood Lake and the Glendale Fish and Wildlife Area there. In southern Indiana, just south of Lagodi, someone's saying. That sounds about right. So yeah, I'm interested in this one. I don't recall, at least in the last 3 years or so, a tournament being there. You guys,
we've had a tournament there in the past. I don't remember what year it was, but we didn't have one tournament there. I think it was a championship.
Gotcha.
A few years ago.
Well, I did do a little bit of research on this coming into tonight, and I saw some good reports. I'm not going to lie. I saw some good reports. I saw some big fish catches, and I saw some tournament results from the boat world. So there is some information out there about that. And let's see, 2008 championship was there. Jim Strunk won it. Watch out. You guys better hope Jim Strunk don't show up. He's got history there. He knows
I get
what it's
stuck in a
about.
log there for a while. You got to watch out
Okay.
for that.
Okay. All right. Lots of logs. So this will be a fun event, a good way to kick it off, an on-site event, April 16th. It should be right around in southern Indiana. It should be pre-spawn, early spawn stages, maybe if we have a warm winter. So that'll be fun. I like it, guys. Good choice. Good choice. And is that a clear water fishery, or is that
It's one of those that depends on weather.
depends
And
on
it
weather?
so if I mean it's about like anywhere else. You get a bunch of rain, it's going to be murky. If it's had time to set and settle, you're going to have decently clear. I can't say that it ever gets crystal clear conditions, but it it can be hit or miss.
Okay. All right. Well, I like it. It'll be fun. Let's head on to event number 2. Let's see here. Event number 2 is going to be the May month long. That's a site-wide tournament. All public waters are eligible, and this is the annual charity event. Typically, we kick the season off with this with SIYAK, but this year we're going to do it in May, which it should be just straight up smashing giants all month long. And again, this year, as it did last year, it's going to be supporting the Fallen Outdoors and Veterans Group.
Yeah, we should expect well over 100 inches caught with this tournament for sure, especially in May.
Absolutely, and that's kind of why we pushed toward May for the month long, was to see what kind of numbers could be produced. I think normally we do start off with the month long in April, but pushing it a month back, maybe we'll see higher numbers, and with it being possibly a little warmer, a little better weather, we could see more people join us and donate to a good cause.
Absolutely. I like it. I like the move. Taking it to May. We'll be in full tournament season at that point. You'll have all the grubby events going on. You'll have IK, SIYAK, probably the new Bass Nation, KBF. Everything's going to be happening. So anglers fishing all those events have an opportunity to jump in this. Like you said, support a good cause and try out SIYAK and have a good time. I'll tell you another thing I like about this. I'm just going to bring up, the elephant in the room. A lot of times when we talk about SIYAK being a predominantly southern club, as it should be, obviously, bluegrass comes into that conversation. And the month-longs and the weekends events have been mostly, not all, but mostly dominated there. I think this event happening in May levels the playing field a little bit.
It's going to open up a lot of opportunity in a lot of different waters.
Yeah, I mean, the bigs are going to be moved up anywhere in the state. This is going to be Monroe's best time. This is going to be Patoka's best time. Summit Lake last year was on fire in May. You can go up north, and anyone's going to be able to find the bigs, which, as we know, can get harder throughout the year for most of the state. But for some reason, bluegrass, it's just a magical place. It just fishes well all year for the most part. It has its downtimes too. But I definitely think this levels the playing field. Plus, like we just said, it opens it up for everyone to fish all those other events and still be able to get in this and support a good cause. So I like it.
Bluegrass fishes just fine, except for at night. That place is tough. For some reason, that place is tough as all get out for me at night.
You can ask Thomas about fishing at night there. He did pretty well.
I think it's one or the other for most people. Either they crush them at night out there or they crush them during the day. There's only a couple people I know of that like it both, no matter what time of day it is. But Thomas definitely is a fan of the night bite out there. He's got it figured out, doesn't he?
He does.
All right. Well, make sure everyone to definitely get in on that. $10, I believe it is. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. Oh, I got it right there. $10 of every entry is going to be donated to the Fallen Outdoors Indiana group, and that's to support veterans here in the state of Indiana, get them out on the water, get them outdoors. And that's something we can all get behind. All right, let's move on. Next event number 3, also in May. So you got a chance to double dip May 12th and 15th, the Weekend Brawl, which is a favorite of mine.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. You can go anywhere in the state, any public water. So I would definitely double it for this tournament and the other one. It just makes sense to fish both tournaments at once.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Again, fish a grubby event, an IKA event, fish a KBF month long, whatever you want to do, and still have an opportunity to compete with SIYAK. Hey, I mean, really, what? So, you get 2 events in right there, and you don't even have to travel if you don't
Yeah.
want to. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
2 events right there for the AOI race, which we'll get into the details on that here in a minute. But this is always a fun event, and having it that weekend. I mean, this is another one you could see over 100 inches to win it.
Yeah, easily.
So, if a guy can get out and fish all 3 days there, or maybe even just a couple, definitely could happen. So
I'm definitely taking some
what's
vacation time around that.
yeah, Chris,
so what
what you putting up? What you putting
what's
up in the weekend?
on the weekend?
Yeah, what are you
I'm not
doing?
sure. It depends on what hole I end up in. So
Okay,
we'll
all
see
right.
how it goes. I was just wondering what the record for number of identifiers on one person's board might be. So
Oh,
That's a good question.
dude,
we
hey,
we might be pushing it in May.
we probably will be. Go ahead and order you a couple catch ID holders, originally invented by the Jim Strunk. We got to call it out, right? Like
Yeah.
that came from Indiana, boys. Like, hey, that was a great idea. Get you one of those, and then I really like the blue fox, 10
Yep,
IDs.
the
I
10
don't know if you
tag.
guys
Yep.
have seen those, but you can get the KBF one, which works for all the clubs here in Indiana. Get you a couple of those, put them on there, and then you're covered. You got at least 8 spots. So, and then grubby, you can ride it on almost anything. I wouldn't recommend riding it on a banana. I saw
Yeah,
some people do that.
it's not a banana. Yeah.
That's bad luck. That's bad luck. So, but yeah, great event. And number 3 of the season. Let's move on. Number 4, which I showed accidentally a second ago. So you got a sneak peek, everyone. June 10th or 11th, the nocturnal event, which is my absolute favorite event of the year with SIYAK. So you pick a night, right?
Yeah.
Friday or Saturday.
You pick Friday night, Saturday night. You fish from basically till sunset. It'd be a little before sunset to a little after dawn, and it's a great event. You can fish any public water. I've not picked the right lake since I've been doing this, but I'm
I
changing that
definitely
this
didn't
year.
last year.
I had to call it a row last year with the tournament. I hurt myself, but I plan to be out there the full time this time around. But we put up some great numbers for the nocturnal event. Thomas is definitely hard to beat at that, but I think somebody can take him out this year.
Hey, anything's possible. It's all about just getting the right 5 bites. It is a fun event. It's it's the only one like it. I mean, KBF does do a nighttime tournament, so I shouldn't say it's the only one like it, but it's very rare that you see kayak tournaments held at night. And I love that. Coming from the bass boat world, I lived out in Arizona for a little while. It gets so hot out there. They had a lot of night tournaments, did a lot of night fishing. So this is a fun one for me. So I'm glad to see that come back. Again, that's a statewide event. So we've got 3 events in a row, statewide events there for the SIYAK season. We start off with the on-site event at Glendale Fish and Wildlife Area. What we say that lake was called again?
Dogwood Lake.
Dogwood, and then we move on to the month long, the weekend, and then the nocturnal. And then after that, we got our 5th stop, which is our next on-site event, July 16th in Jasper, Indiana, on Beaver Lake. Beaver Creek Lake. It's got this. I looked at this one. It's got like 6 different names for the same body of water. I don't know what that's about, but
Glendale and Dogwood are the same way. It just depends on who you talk to and who calls it what. So
yeah, but Beaver Lake seems to be the most widely used one. Again, this is in Jasper, Indiana. So another lake I've not fished or really heard of.
I've never been on that lake myself. My ex-father-in-law fished it all the time growing up. He loves it, but I've never spent any time on there at all.
And I think that was a little bit of our focus this year was to pick venues that maybe aren't hit as much, get new experiences, new sites in, and get to see those lakes that we normally don't get to see.
Yeah, I like that. I'm excited about that. And so is Kurt here. Kurt's saying he's very excited as well. Merlin, he's hey, we're gonna miss it because of KBF St. Clair. I don't remember seeing that as a conflict, to be honest with you, when I looked at it, Merlin.
When we went through the schedule, we kind of looked at everybody, all the different clubs, and made sure that we weren't in conflict with anything big. So
Yeah, we tried to skip all those
Yeah,
weekends.
Merlin, you might want to check the most updated schedule, Merlin, and see. Let's see. We were talking July, Lake Champlain. I got that. Yep, it is July
is it
16th and 17th. No, yeah, Lake Erie, Lake St. Clair. That's the big one up there in Ohio. Hey, look, here's the fact of the matter, though, guys. There is no way to not conflict anymore. There
oh
just
no.
isn't.
Yeah,
That's just not even possible. So,
it's tough.
KBF's running several events across the state. Hobie, Bass Nation. You've got the new All American Series. Plus, here in the Indiana, you got all this. You're going to conflict at some point. But the good news is there's plenty of tournaments to get in, and some of those are even month longs or statewide, so you don't even have to travel. So yeah, Beaver Lake. This is going to be interesting. Neither of you have been there. I haven't been there. I really don't know much about it. It looks like a beautiful lake, though. So
It's on the list to check out and hit a few times before this July 16th date for sure. But
yeah,
no,
man.
I've not fished it personally.
Absolutely. All right, moving on. Let's keep the show rolling. We're going to event number 6, July 30th. Again, another annual event for SIYAK, a moving water event. This one is going to be in Columbus. You guys always tend to kind of move this around. I think we did Sugar Creek last year.
Sugar Creek last
Yep.
year and Blue
Yep.
River the year before.
Blue River the year before. This year, Columbus, Indiana, moving water event. What waters are in play for this one? You guys know off the top of your head?
It's the Flat River is one of them. I think it's the East Fork of the White River. I'd have to check again. There's basically, it's just the water's right around Columbus. It's the confluence of the White River there.
Yeah.
So
And
I
then
believe what we're thinking for boundaries for that is going to be like a 30-mile radius. So you're going to have the opportunity to fish any of the moving water in that 30-mile radius of our meeting afterwards. So
Yeah, just basically you need to get back to the meeting on time. If you don't get back on time, you lose some inches for each minute you're late.
yeah, Randall's saying driftwood, flat, and white. Yeah, all of those kind of interconnect there in that Columbus area, and it's going to open up a lot of water, and a lot of cool fishing opportunities for guys. I'm not a river guy. I don't normally get excited about river events. This one I'm a little bit excited about because I took a quick look, and there are several different. It looks like several different types of moving water there. So that's going to be cool. And then I think I was talking to Matt or one of you. The contingency plan for this event, if it were to flood, which isn't likely in July, is just a 30-mile, any body of water within 30 miles, right?
Yeah, any public
well,
water within 30
any
miles of
public.
Columbus.
Cool. I like that. That's good to have a contingency plan with rivers and know what to expect because we have seen so many of those and last year, gosh, it just rained so much. We had such a wet, year. If we have a repeat of that, it's likely you guys would need to use a contingency plan. So
Exactly.
that'll be a fun one. A lot more water than a Sugar Creek. But this is the event since I've been following and covering and participating. This is always the event that I hear the most from SIYAK anglers about, having a good time and how fun it is. So it'll be competitive, but it'll also be really fun, and that's exciting.
there's nothing like hooking up with a good smallie on a river. It's so much fun.
Absolutely. And who doesn't like floating the river? So
Exactly.
There's I guess I'm weird. I don't know. I'd rather hook up with a 21 inch on than row. No, I don't know. Smallies just don't like me. But I've talked about that enough. We don't need to cover that anymore tonight. Oh, let's see. We got some comments coming in here. Randall's gonna spend the summer in the doghouse. He's liking all these tournaments on the rivers this year. Love it. All right, event number 7. We're winding down here into August 28th, going back to Evansville, but we're not fishing bluegrass pit.
Nope.
We're fishing loon.
we threw a little twist in it. Yep.
Did definitely a little twist in it. I like it.
It's almost as big as bluegrass and not fished quite as much, but so we throw it out there. It's a great lake. There's a lot of different kinds of water there. There's shallow, there's deep. It's just something different.
Yeah, it's got wood, vegetation. It's got some nice drops, some nice contours to fish. I think it was 2 years ago we had a bluegrass event, and quite a few people did really well on loon. It was a awesome swim jig bite that day, if I remember right. But there's some big fish in there. Big fish get caught out of there all the time. So new little look. Still bringing in bluegrass, which has been a huge bass factory for some time now. So glad to see that back on the schedule for August 28th. Again, another on-site event. So I'm seeing the trend here. We're heavy on the online events in the spring, and then the on-site events are a little heavier in the fall or summer, fall. All right, moving on to the next one, which I think is our final event of the season.
Yes,
regular.
It's a championship.
That's the championship on September 17th and 18th, 2-day event, and we're going to Sullivan Lake.
Yep.
Woo! I like it. That was on the top 5 hottest lakes in Indiana for 2021. If you guys didn't see, a little shameless plug here. If you didn't see that blog, go check it out. Here's your kayakbassett.com. Top 5 lakes in Indiana for 2021. This lake came alive this year. I mean, it became a household name, I think, for most people in the southern half of the state. So exciting.
Oh, I'm guilty. I've not been on it yet, so we'll see.
I've never been on it either.
Yeah, I hadn't fished it since I was young, like in my teens, in a bass boat and a john boat. And then I got out there this year in the kayak a couple times. Whew, brought back some old memories. I can't believe I forgot about that lake. And it's going to be fun. I'm excited about this one. Another event, another lake that SIYAK's not been to. So good stuff.
It kind of evens the playing field a little bit. Choose these new lakes that nobody has experience on. A lot of the guys don't have experience on. So.
Well, you've got 2 of the admin team right here that have not touched a lot of these waters. So we'll see how the season goes.
I like it. All right, well, let's get into some of the details about qualifications and eligibility here. I got a little slide prepared for that. We're going to scroll the schedule at the bottom for you all as well. So if you missed it, you can take a look at what we got there, and we'll show you a final schedule as well here in a minute. But for qualifications and eligibility, AOI, Merlin asked that question just a moment ago. What do you got to do to qualify for AOI? Best 5 out of 7 events. That's been kind of a standard for SIYAK for most years. So best 5 out of 7, and you can knock out 2 in the month of May.
Yep.
And not have to travel if you don't want to. So that's pretty cool. And then we got SIYAK Championship is the top 14 anglers in AOI. Now, you guys do some roll downs there as well, if I'm not mistaken, if anglers can't make that. But it's basically the winners of each event, and then you roll, and then you go to the AOI standings from there, correct?
That's correct.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. As well, is that HKB State Championship qualifications for the SIYAK Champion and AOY. And then the new HKB Last Chance event, winners from every event in the state plus top 5 in AOY qualify for the Last Chance event. Opportunity to get into the state championship if you just missed that championship title or AOY title in your club or series. A new thing from HKB in 2022 is going to be the top 25. We're going to talk about that. Almost got the details lined out for how that's going to work. So we'll be making some announcements on that. But SIYAK as a series here in the state is eligible for that as well. All of their tournaments. And then you guys are a KBF partner. So KBF National Championship qualifications as well. That's really cool. In 2021, KBF qualifications were a little bit different because in 2020, with everything we had with COVID, all of those qualifications kind of rolled over.
Yeah.
Now we're going to be back to a place where a lot of people are going to need to qualify through their local clubs and stuff like that. So this is going to be a little bit more important this year. Make sure you get those KBF memberships, and you're going to be fishing for possible national championship qualifications through partner clubs like SIYAK. So that's awesome too. And then of course Crossroads, top 4 from the AOY or top 5 from the AOY standings make the Crossroads team, coveted Crossroads team.
It's back in Illinois this year. I can't remember what the lake they chose, but
it is Banner Marsh. Banner Marsh. KBL squad won that, I think, if I remember right.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm telling you guys, right now, person to beat out there. I mean, that whole team are sticks. But our girl Susie Roloff is a dang hammer out at Banner Marsh. That's like home turf for her.
Yeah.
So if you want to challenge, try and qualify for the SIYAK Crossroads team and go up there to Illinois. That place is fun. A lot of grass and vegetation there. A lot of big fish out there as well. And that's going to be a fun one. I missed Crossroads this year. And I hope to get on a team next year and be able to go up there to Banner Marsh and whoop on Susie Roloff in the KBL squad. So Biggs or Chris, have you made a Crossroad team yet? Been able to get to one?
I've made one.
I actually made my first NC this year, and that was an experience, so that was pretty cool. Nice.
I have not made an NC yet. Gosh, it pains me to say that, but I have not made it. I've qualified. I've not been able to get to one yet. So Merlin was representation of SIYAK at the Crossroads last season. That was pretty cool. This is a great schedule, guys. I mean, great season in store for everyone. A lot of fun events, a lot of things to qualify for. I'm telling you right now, you guys, you're going to want to be in the HKB State Championship. You're going to want to be in the National Championship. You're going to want to be running for that HKB Top 25. We got some cool stuff in the works for that. Of course, the SIYAK Championship and AOY titles are great bragging rights as well. But look at this schedule, man. You guys did great. I love it.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
What ones are you most excited about? Kevin, you go first. What are you most excited about?
I'm looking forward to the one on Glendale and the Nocturnal. Probably my 2 favorites. Glendale, the lake, I really like to fish. It's fun. It's just a great time. And the Nocturnal event, I need to do a little better this year. I've struggled the last couple of years doing Nocturnal. I picked the wrong waters, but I think I have a plan this time around and hopefully win a couple of events this year.
Like it. I like it. This season matches up well for my calendar. I'm excited about it. Chris, what one you gunning for?
I'm big on Dogwood, but I'm kind of curious to see what kind of numbers are put up for that May month long. I
Yeah.
think I
Yeah.
think we're gonna be up there in the inches, and it's probably gonna be everybody fighting tooth and nail to the end to see who comes out on top. It's
All
gonna be a
right.
crazy month for those fish.
Let's have it. Let's put a number on it. What's it going to take to win the May month long?
I'm saying 106.
I was gonna go 105. So
105,
Kevin's right
105.
there.
I like it. 106. I'll say this. If we have an average winter, I like where you guys are at on that. I like where you guys are at on that. If we have another hard winter, or if it stays really warm and we get on the backside of the spawn, could impact it. But 105, 106, that's pretty strong. I think that's doable though. I think it's doable.
It's gonna
Andrew's saying
depend on water.
106,
Yeah, it's gonna
Merlin
depend on water and
105.
conditions. So
102. I definitely think we'll see 102. Absolutely. That's a safe bet, Thomas. I like it. Go ahead, guys. Light up the comments. Let us know what you guys think it'll take to win the May month long 104, 105. Look, here's the thing. I mean, I'm telling you, I've done it more than once. You can go put up in 10 minutes 90 plus inches, 100 plus inches. You know what I mean? So you got all month. All you got to do, one guy's got to hit it right. Like, I did that grubby event. What did I do? Like 94, 95 in 5 casts. Like, and I'm not saying that to be braggadocious. I'm saying like 106 is not out of the question. Like, you could do that. 104. Who said that? Who said I'll put up 105? I like it. Who said that? Matt said 104. Who said I'll put up 105 and a quarter myself?
105 and 3/4.
105 and 3/4. I want to know who said that. I like it. I like your style. Yeah, it's going to be a fun one.
I just want to
I think,
break 100. I'll be okay with breaking 100. We'll call it
yeah,
good.
Yeah.
I
Me
think,
too.
I think Thomas's 102.25 is going to be the mark to hit for the weekend brawl in May. I think you're going to see 100, 101, 102 for the weekend brawl itself. Hildebrand is the one who said he's going to put up 105. I like it. All right, Chris. I
I like
like your
that.
style. I like your style. Merlin is going in here. I'm going for 100 plus. Never done it. All right, cool, Merlin. You can do it, buddy. I know you can do it. Get out there and throw that dark sleeper all month long. You'll put up 100. Good stuff. Good stuff. What do you think it's going to take at Glendale? You guys both have fished Glendale. What's that going to take?
I'd say like 87, 88, something like that.
Okay. All right.
I was pushing more the 90, 91 mark, but yeah, I could see Kevin's number.
Okay. See, what I'm really doing is I'm gauging who's going to be the guy to beat, right? Who's got the most confidence?
I think that's going to be one of those lakes that somebody's going to find a honey hole, and it's going to happen for them. And that's
Yeah.
kind of how that lake works.
Okay. I'll be putting in some time to find that honey hole then. Let's see. Here we got Brock Howe saying, I'm winning the championship. Okay. All right. I like it. I like it. Whoa. Thomas putting up 112. He's correct. He says correction, not 102. 112. I don't know.
Florida.
That's same Florida.
Yeah, Florida's not eligible. Texas not eligible. Good luck.
Yeah. You put up 112 in the state of Indiana in May, and I personally will find some way of getting you some big recognition. That's for 2 events. That's for 2 events.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Well, guys, I mean, I really don't have any holes to poke in this thing. I like it. The only thing I would say is, that moving water event, you could change that to a lake, and that would be, better for me, but not for the club. So
You can still come join us and fish. You'd be fine.
I might. We'll see. I'll have to see.
There's big water, little water, everything, so you'd be okay.
I usually make an excuse to get out of it somehow.
It adds a different element. There's a challenge with the moving water. You have to put your kayak, put the kayak in the right spot to catch the fish and not flip over while you're trying to measure it.
Yeah, there you go. That's all. See, I don't want to deal with all that. I just give me a. I'll take like 3-foot rollers, but you put me on moving water, and I just get nervous. I don't know why. It is the way it is. Yeah, I'll get out there, Merlin. I'll play with them. But look, guys, thanks for all you guys do. Thanks for putting in the work. Thanks for putting together another great schedule. I've said it multiple times already tonight. The thing I like about SIYAK, thing I like about all these clubs is they all do something a little different. And I love how you guys bring in these different types of tournaments, multi-days, month-longs, on-sites, nocturnals. And you guys have done a great job again this season of pairing lakes up with times of year that they should be really productive. So I'm excited, guys. Thank you.
Thank you for everything done with the club and helping us with all the scheduling or the graphics. And I really appreciate all your help, Sam.
Yeah, no problem. That's my little thing. That's what I get to do. I love to do and enjoy doing it. So you're very welcome. Glad I could help. Well, it's a long road to April. What are you guys doing to get prepared? Rigging
I've got
kayaks.
a lot of gear to sort. That's about all I have to do. Reline some poles, and that's study some maps, I guess.
Yeah,
Take
studying
advantage.
maps is going to be the big one.
There you go. You guys getting good Black Friday deals?
Not at all. I didn't shop at all.
I was in the woods.
Seeing
nothing. So
yeah, I was busy working it, not shopping it. But I was so close multiple times to pulling the trigger on some new electronics. I've been dying to get a second unit on my boat and some active target, but I didn't do it. I held off for a little bit. I gotta hit up somebody and get a second unit, a second hand unit or something. I want a separate unit just for mapping. So we'll see. All right, guys.
One on my kayak.
None at all?
None. No.
You probably don't fish deeper than 2 foot either, though, do you?
I'll go 3 or 4 feet sometimes.
Three or 4? Yeah. I always love talking to the guys who you start talking about deep water fishing and they're like getting in there talking about it too. And then you're like, yeah, what depth were you at? And they're like, oh, 4 foot, 5 foot. I'm like, that's not deep water. But okay.
It was down in Louisiana.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah,
I tell you what, I did a lot of really shallow water fishing this past year, and that's not something that I typically do. I'm an offshore guy, but I fished a couple times in inches of water out at West Boggs, not for the Turkey Bowl, but one of the events. I was literally looking at fish laying on their side and catch them in just a couple inches of water. It's crazy. Right. How shallow they were getting. I was watching or listening to Bass Talk Live, I think it was, and they were doing a show on sonar and graphs and all the pinging and dinging that we're getting from these boats, and how there's you had all the shallow water fishermen and everybody went offshore now. It seemed like the shallow water guys are starting to shine again, because now that we have the forward facing sonar, guys are pulling up on these offshore spots after scanning them, putting that forward facing down, and they just are seeing them scatter, and how they're reacting because they're so used to all of that vibration and noise. And so then fish are scattering and dispersing back out shallow, or just spreading out and becoming almost impossible to catch. And so the guys fishing shallow are doing well again. And there's a lot of conversation about that, and how, everybody said active target's going to be kind of, this big deal, and this really hasn't been, because the shallow guys are winning. Hobie AOI. Dude want electronics. Oh yeah. Merlin talking about no electronics. I think that's a great thing. I can't do it. I look at my screen all day, but Brian Sparks, one of those guys locally, doesn't use a graph. Does a hell of a job. Stick. Doesn't use a graph. What do you got, Chris? What's on your boat?
It's a Lowrance Hook 7. I got the triple shot on it. I've often thought about taking it off, to be quite honest.
That's the unit I had last. I liked it a lot, but I ended up going with a 9-inch unit. I tell you what, if you try and do more than a couple screens on a 7, and side scans
It
really
gets.
can be really difficult. So,
Yep.
You fish deep at all, Chris?
It's kind of both for me. It just depends on the time of the year.
Gotcha. Okay.
And really the lake. It depends on the lake, because I've got a few spots at Patoka that are deep. I've got a few spots at Patoka that are shallow. So it's lake dependent for me, really.
Yeah, man, I love Patoka. I need to fish it more often than I do. It's so hard for me to drive past Monroe, though. That's literally all it is. I love Patoka as much as I do Monroe, but it's just like I got to pass one to get to the other. So,
Right. I'm
but
kind of in
man,
the
all that
opposite boat
wood.
you are.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about Patoka is there's almost too much good stuff. Like, you
And
know what I mean?
they're adding more. They're dropping trees around the lake, and they're doing a little bit of improvement around the lake. So
I got one area that I pretty much always fish, and some of you guys watching probably know where it is. I mean, literally, I've got like 30 brush piles marked
yeah,
in a quarter-mile stretch. Like, it's absolutely nuts. But I'll say a lot of them are deep water. A lot of them are in 15, 20 foot of
right.
water. Now, of course, there are some shallow ones too. But yeah, it's going to be a good year, guys. Kevin, good luck taking over
Thank you.
tournament director rules. Guys, don't beat up on Kevin too hard, okay? Don't give him too hard of a time. He's going to do a good job, I'm sure. And Chris, welcome to the admin team for SIYAK. I'm sure you'll do a good job as well. And you guys are off to a great start already.
Thanks again,
Appreciate
Sam.
it, Sam.
All right, guys. Well, you have a good evening, and we'll talk to you soon. I'm sure we'll get you back on here as we get closer to the season, or while we're in season, and talk to you guys about what's going on with SIYAK.
Sounds good.
Absolutely.
All right. Thanks, guys. All right. There you have it. The SIYAK schedule. What do you guys think? Like it? Love it? Let us know in the comments. We'll be putting out some schedule breakdowns, starting with IKA. They released their schedule first this past Friday, on Black Friday. If you haven't seen that, you can find that on their social media, Indiana Kayak Anglers. You can find that on HoosierKayakBassin.com. We will have a breakdown soon on that, a little blog breaking down each location and what's going on. So stay tuned for that. That's coming shortly. We'll do the same thing for SIYAK. We'll do the same thing for Grubby. Now, don't worry. We're not going to write a book for Grubby. We're not going to go through every event. We're just going to break down their bodies of water that they're hosting series on. Give you guys a little preview of that, so you may be able to check out some new stuff, get interested in that. But definitely make sure to check out HoosierKayakBassin.com. We're going to be pumping out a lot of stuff through there and sharing that to the socials, of course. Each club and series in the state of Indiana has a page on there that'll link you to their socials, their websites if they have it, their contact information. It'll have their schedules on there and all that. Hopefully we'll have a Bass Nation series schedule in the near future. As soon as I get word on any of that, I will share that with you guys, as I always do. Please take some time to subscribe to our newsletter on HoosierKayakBassin.com. So we're going to start putting out some emails blast to let you guys know some updates and things like that. Schedules, tournament results, upcoming events, all that kind of fun stuff, so you guys don't miss anything going on here in the state of Indiana. If you're interested, tomorrow night at 7 p.m. On the Kayak Fishing League social media, Facebook page, on their YouTube, all that kind of stuff, they're dropping the 2022 KFL schedule, so you can find out Indy nights, where we're playing, or when we're playing, and who we're playing. And and then we'll drop the lakes and all that later on. But tomorrow night, we're going to be talking about the when and the who. So check that out. And then next week, I will probably be scheduling a live to talk about some updates around the HKB State Championship and the Last Chance event. So be ready for that as well. Grubby dropped their schedule on Sunday. There's a live. You can go back and watch that, or they've posted it on their social. And again, that's available on the Grubby page on HoosierKayakBassin.com. Make sure to check that one out. A lot of great opportunities in the state this year for you guys. And now you've got 3 out of the 4 schedules. We're just waiting on one more. And we'll have that to you as soon as possible. Do me a favor when you jump off here. If you haven't already, share this live with someone, friends and family who might be interested in getting into some SIYAK events this year. We hope you guys have an awesome season. Stay tuned. We're going to be dropping a lot more. I'm really excited to talk to you guys and share with you the top 25 and what we're doing there. That's so close to being dialed in. Little preview of what that is. Basically been working on a formula, if you will, an algorithm, whatever you want to call it. And it is going to take in all the tournament results from across the state and pump out a top 25 ranking. So we'll have all the details on that and the specifics on how that works. It's going to be more than just bragging rights too. We'll be throwing in some stuff as well to make that fun and make it rewarding. So get ready for that. There won't be any type of entry fees or anything like that. It literally is just going to be based off of the performance you have in the different series here in the state of Indiana. So cool stuff there. HKB 22 podcast kicks off in January. That's going to be fun. And a little addition to what we're doing with HKB Live and all the other stuff. If you guys have any questions, comments, drop them in the comment section really quick. Otherwise, we're going to sign off tonight. Appreciate you watching. If you don't already, go follow us on Facebook and Instagram. And again, check us out on HoosierKayakBassin.com. We appreciate all your guys' support. Let's have a good year. SIYAK, it's going to be fun. Glendale, Fish and Wildlife area, and then the Fallen Outdoors month-long event, Weekend Brawl, Nocturnal, Beaver Creek, Columbus, Indiana, the river's there, going to Loon, and then that championship on Sullivan. That's going to be interesting. 2 ramps there, a lot to fish. You got rock, you got wood, shallow stuff, deep stuff. That will be a fun one. I'm looking forward to it. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time on Hoosier Kayak Bassin Live.